I think he's just not quite ready for American Idol yet.
It's a no for now. But I'm here for you.
I thought I was good enough, and I thought that I was worth it.
It was week 2 of the American Idol auditions, and it was crazy. In this week's recap show, we talk about the top 3 performances of the week, the controversial rejection of Ace Styles, and we compare Simon Cowell's American Idol versus Katy Perry's American Idol. Which one is better? Hi, Samantha.
It's Rebecca.
And welcome to the Talent Recap Show. You guys, we had the most exciting second week of American Idol auditions. There were tons of amazing performances and definitely some surprises. So who were some of your favorites?
So again, my heart was touched by the ex-convict who was on the show, and he broke down and sang the most amazing song ever, and the fact that he's changing for his son. We also had somebody from America's Got Talent that came to say hello, and they actually got their ticket to Hollywood. She was Mel B's golden buzzer. What about you?
We had Hannah Everhart, who is literally Katy Perry's twin.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And first of all, her eyes are amazing. I'm just gonna say that, but I'm excited to see what she does in Hollywood. And we also had the modern day Viking, Anthony Guzman.
Skål. 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 What is that?
That
Do
means
that voice again.
Who was probably the biggest surprise of all. Like, I wasn't expecting someone dressed as Thor to be like a really, really good singer.
Exactly. And then there was also the Hawaii brother and sister who lived in a tent and just sang a duet together.
Cause I really wanna stay, listen to my heart boom, 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 wow, boom, boom, boom.
And like Katy was like, oh, you guys are too young to have heartache. I'm like, oh, I know, right? And they're singing about their bond, and I just want to smack my brother. Like that's just the vibe. But okay, let's talk about this one question that has always been brought up and something that has to be discussed. There is, of course, Katy Perry's new woke American Idol, and then there is the OG Simon Cowell's just out there American Idol. Which one do you prefer more?
All right, so I've been watching American Idol since the first season. I think I was like 5 years old, so already a big fan of Kelly Clarkson and that whole thing. And I think that the biggest difference is that now a lot of the contestants and performances, it doesn't really seem authentic and raw, and that's what I really loved about Simon Cowell's American Idol. Like, Kelly Clarkson says it all the time, that first season no one knew what was going to happen, no one knew if the show was going to be a success, but they literally had people come in off the street who liked singing, and that's who auditioned for the show. And now we have contestants that are asked by producers to come in and audition for the show, and I feel like it could come off as a little inauthentic sometimes because, you know, they're working on their backstories, and that's not to discredit anybody for, you know, what they've gone through or anything like that, but I do feel like sometimes it can focus a little bit more on where these contestants come from and what led them there as opposed to actual vocal singing talent. So that's definitely why I kind of like Simon Cowell's American Idol a little bit more.
You can't sing, you can't dance, so what do you want me to say?
Also, like, I think another thing is just like, we know Simon is the most brutally honest person out there, so his critiques were always like, you're utterly atrocious. and then we had Paula like playing the nice guy and being like, no, sweetie, like, it's okay. I think the dynamic of the judges was something that we missed, but obviously back in the day when we had someone like William Hung auditioning, Simon is gonna tell it like it is.
I mean, everything about it was grotesque.
Oh, stop it.
Not grotesque.
It was.
Come on.
Stop it.
And now I kind of feel like the judges dance around the facts a little bit, and they're like, you're great, but this is just not for you. Like, just tell it like it is. Be like Simon and say that someone is horrendous. Like, we miss that attitude on TV sometimes.
Okay, and like, I mean, I have seen clips, yes, but hashtag not American. So I have just, for me, OG is Katy Perry, because like the way I think of American Idol, I always think of Katy Perry. I always think of her theatrics. I also always think of like how nice and kind she is, and how nice and kind Luke is, and it's just like there's a country star, there's a pop star, and then there's Lionel Richie just chilling. For me, that is just what I think of American Idol. I also think we live in a time of, but it's 2021, everybody has to be PC, and everybody has to watch what they're saying. They have to be extra sensitive, because cancel culture is real. People get offended at anything now. So I think American Idol is trying its best to not get canceled, stay relevant, while also being fun and entertainment.
I think that like a perfect example of this right now would be the audition we saw with Ace Styles, right? We saw him share his story about being transgender, and sometimes he wouldn't even be allowed to use the bathroom, and he's overcome all of this, and he sent in an audition tape singing an original song, and the producers liked it, and they brought him in front of the judges. So here we thought this was going to be like a great story that was going to end on a high, and it ended on a low because the judges said no. And I feel like this is something that wouldn't have happened in Simon Cowell's American Idol, but it was like simply the judges being really nice and saying, it gets better and you're gonna do great things, just not on American Idol right now. That's like very Katy Perry. That's very typical Katy Perry.
Ace, we're here for you and we support you.
All right.
You know, I see it in you. You're a quirky artist, but we want it long term. We don't want a short situation for you, okay?
Perfectly said, Samantha, and this ties in very, very well with our WTF moment of the week that made us say, what the I was offended and hurt by how Ace was rejected yesterday, because it's just not cool what happened. The human empanada, the pit bull who was just not even good enough to audition, ended up going to the next round, whereas Ace, the producers saw his tape, saw how beautiful his story is, saw how vulnerable he was, and they decided, let's use it as a TV moment, but not let him go forward, and instead have somebody who doesn't deserve it just go away in the competition. Like, I was so offended.
I'm addicted. You don't use.
I 100% think that Ace should have gone through to Hollywood. And I think that a part of the reason why they let Yuri Spell go through to Hollywood is just because they wanted to create some fun vibe. Like, they know he's gonna have some antics in Hollywood, which we know is a stressful time for the contestants. And you know, we've all had a hard year, and we do need some laughter on television. So I think that that's part of the reason why Yuri Spell really impressed the judges with his personality. But when someone like Ace, who is just purely talented, super cool, has a great personality, is literally rejected after pouring their heart out on television, what is that about? But I think I have a theory that Ace will be back next season. Yeah,
the way they are promoting him, and I mean, I'm sure he'll be back, and that's cool. I'm still a little sad, but hey, let's get into our top 3 contestants of the night.
All right, you guys, so at number 3, we have Sandra Coleman. All right, Cassandra literally sang the first note of the song, and immediately I had chills. I was like, this is it. This is like top 5, maybe even top 3 right here. Yeah, I thought she was that good. And she was put on the spot because the judges were like, all right, well, get on the piano and show us what you can do. And she literally got on the piano and was like, I'm going to sing this song, and I'm going to do it perfectly, and I'm going to impress you guys.
Okay, first of all, I love Adele, so whenever somebody sings Adele music, I'm like, oh yes, do it. And she did, like, her piano skills, would I say they're the best? No, but her voice was just amazing, and I think it just proved that raw talent is just raw talent, because she's never sang in front of an audience, she's always sang on Instagram Live. So for her to be able to do it, like, she looked so shy, so scared, and then she conquered it. It was amazing. I fell in love with her.
I didn't like it.
No.
I loved it.
But I think it's time for us to get into number 2. We have Casey Bishop. Now, this girl is a teenager, but her voice literally just sounds like she's been doing music for years.
I don't have any performing experience, really. Most of the people that know that I love to sing are my friends.
and the fact that she can do like a rock song but also do like a very classic song right afterwards, I think that that was the most impressive thing of all.
So, okay. Straight up honesty, I had never heard any of these songs before until on the show. But I was like, okay, I heard the first one. I was like, okay, fine. She's loud and I don't know how I feel about it. But when she sang the second song, it was literally like somebody's drinking whiskey. Like her voice was just so amazing. I loved it. And I looked up the song because I was like, okay, well, if the cover is so good, how good is the original song?
I think she's one to watch, you guys. Definitely
so
be on
young.
the lookout. Oh, for sure. She's a teenager. And it just goes to show you that like even people like Ace who do not have a ton of experience in the music industry still could be the next American Idol. But I think we have to talk about number 1, Willie Spence.
All right. Okay. We have a lot to say. First of all, he was amazing. And as Katy said on the show, he knew he was amazing. It's one of those like, I want to be humble. Like, don't be humble. We see your Instagram. We see it's popping. We see your album that's out. Buddy, don't be humble. Own it. Like, he's got an amazing voice. The fact that he's lost so much weight is so inspirational. And he's getting healthy is just amazing. Like, you can see him taking his life back on the right track, and that everything is just amazing. But next time, come on, man, you know you can sing, you know, because people have told you you're amazing, so like act like that.
Yeah, once he started singing, I was like, it's over for everybody else. Like, there was a reason why he was the last audition of the day.
Exactly.
They always say save the best for last. And I kind of feel like the fact that he could project his voice so much, first of all, how many times have we heard the song Diamonds by Rihanna on a talent show? And like the fact that he could sing that song and make me enjoy the performance, I feel like that in and of itself is just an amazing thing, especially to do on American Idol.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you guys, let us know in the comments down below if you agree with our top 3 performance picks. Also, let us know down below, like we said, do you prefer Simon Cowell's American Idol or do you prefer Katy Perry's American Idol? And speaking of comments, you guys, it's time to get into the comment of the week. So this week, the comment is from Joshua Miller, who says, I miss when American Idol was like random people coming into audition and the crazy bad singers throwing tantrums and the homeless contestants with great voices. Bring that back. What do you think?
All right, fine. Y'all really want it, man. Y'all really want it, okay? I mean, I understand. It was more fun. It was more quirky. It was more real. It was not overproduced. It was just raw and real, and I totally get that. But then I feel like there are a lot of people who either have mental issues, there are a lot of people who are homeless and do not want to be on TV but do it because they think that's their only way to like make a little bit of money. I feel like those are situations that American Idol should avoid. But maybe they can be a happy medium where they make it a little more fun, a little less produced in the future. If that's what you guys want, which you can let us know in the comments.
I just think it makes it more memorable. Like, I'm not saying that there are people that have to throw tantrums on TV. I'm just saying that when there is a contestant who's homeless and we get to hear their story, like someone like Dennis Lorenzo, who we got to hear his full story, and then he had this great kind of arc on the show, and I feel like that's what makes it exciting. I'm not saying that you have to have an overproduced story or anything. I miss the days of like Sanjaya, who really was not seen as a great singer by the judges, but somehow had a huge cult fan base outside of the show. Those are the things that made it fun. And now I kind of feel like some of the stories are just like a little too much, and I feel like maybe we could see a little more singing like they do on The Voice.
I hear you. If you want to watch pure singing, you watch The Voice. But if you want stars made, if you want to see them on billboards and actually do well, you watch American Idol.
I mean, you're not wrong here. Like, I think we can fully agree on that. But all right, you guys, I think that's it for this second week of auditions, and we're so excited to see what happens next week. And in the meantime, let them know where they can find you.
It's Mriganka Chawla on Instagram. Come say hi.
And if you want to follow me, it's at SamanthaX373. And while you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow Talent Recap on all social medias and head over to talentrecap.com because we have all the scoop on American Idol. And I think it's time for us to say, and that's our Talent Recap. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit that subscribe button down below and then we can talk.